Good.
Cool.
I redlined. That's good.
All right. Yep. That's what we love to see.
We'd love to see a red line.
See a red line sometimes.
In
Love to
very
see a red
specific
line.
scenarios, yes. Let me mark that on the notepad real quick so I have it. 601. Okay. This is episode 30.
Yeah,
I'll bring
big
us in.
3-0.
What's that?
Big 3-0.
The big 3-0. The big O. Alright. I'll bring us in a sec.
Yeah, the big stretch.
The big stretch. Oh, I don't know where Erwin went.
Aww.
Oh, sorry, Erwin. He's giving you privacy for the stream.
For the podcast. Yeah, there
Podcast stream.
we go. Alright.
Look, some people stream their podcasts. I'm not about to do that.
So like we could do something like that and then just like make sure we ignore chat the entire time. I would be down for it. We don't have to have it be like a video thing though. We could easily just not do video.
Yeah.
Or video just for ourselves.
Yes.
Mmm.
Alrighty.
A secret stream.
Ooh. Patreon only.
Ooh, there we go. Use coupon code LAMO at checkout for a free pair of MeUndies. we can't do this again.
Literally, I just send you an old ass pair of my underwear.
Gross.
Throw that shit in a bubble mailer and away it goes.
It's like the grossest thing anyone has ever said on this podcast.
Probably. That being said, hello and welcome to the YASEcast. This is episode 30, the big 3-0. We finally made it, y'all. We have made as many podcasts as I've been on this dumb fucking earth. All right, I'm Lamo. With me today, I have Jarv.
That's where we're going today. That's the energy we've got.
Coming,
Hey, everybody.
coming right out of the gate. No breaks. We have Morgan.
What's up?
Oh, so many things. What's up is such a weighted question, I feel like, this year.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, you mean besides the entire year and the weight of the world on me? Not much.
Yeah.
You mean besides infection rates? Yeah.
It's the 1 year. Like I have a all-time favorite tweet, and it's from the long gone account Horse eBooks. And my all-time favorite tweet is just, everything happens so much.
I knew what it was going to be.
And that is
I love that tweet.
Describe this year to a fucking T. And just, what a tweet.
Definitely
What
a 10 out of 10 banger right there.
It's all time.
I think that Twitter account ended up getting like sold to someone who made like an ARG out of it or something, and it was real weird and bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the death of the account as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that is what
definitely
happened.
went downhill.
Very unfortunate.
But we're not going to let that happen,
No.
listeners. YASE is here to not be an ARG because it is the real reality
But
game.
we've-
This is an RRG.
We've been hiding
I was like-
clues in each of the previous 29 episodes. And if you can find them, it will lead you to a treasure. It's a coupon code for MeUndies.
Also, the friends you make along the way.
Yeah. Your friends are the true undies you get along.
No.
Okay.
We're not talking about our friends' undies.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
do that.
that's good. That's a good call. That's for the best.
Editorial discretion. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk about your friends' undies.
No, it's... You know what? Yeah, we're not... Fine.
Yeah.
Good call.
Keep your friends close and keep your friends' underwear closer.
No!
That was
All right, wrap it up, folks. We're done
All
here.
right, thanks for listening to episode 30. We'll be back at you next week. No. All right, I need
Dirty 30.
I need to take us out of this hell that I have created. Anyway, so something we just found out before we started recording. The Spotify Wrapped, like your top 20 Spotify playlists and all that, and all that fun stuff that came out. We need to talk about what our top 3 songs played during 2020 are. That is absolutely a number one priority.
I understand. It's not going to be my top 3 because the way I listen to music is I I guess like hyper focus on something and listen to it a lot, and then I just throw it away for a while. And so my top music is just some like Gundam openings because I was playing Ambient a lot.
I respect it.
So I'll say here we've got Better Days Are Coming by Neil Sedaka, another Gundam thing. I've got Fantasy by Virgin L, like a really great like early super Eurobeat, like not before like way before Initial D started taking the beats per minute like way fast, like gas kind of stuff. We're talking like instead of drifting, you kind of just want to take like a slow ride. That's a good song.
Right. Some good cruising music.
Mm-hmm.
In the Sanctuary by Kurt Carr, because there was a really funny TikTok that used that song. It was really funny. I don't know. This is because of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I listened to You by Bad Religion a lot. That's a good song.
Nice.
It's a great song.
Got some Do It Again by Steely Dan, probably because of that Twitter account, like people dancing to Steely Dan music. The Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love, because I just love the Bee Gees.
Normal.
Here's a fun one. Here's how you know if someone has played Elite Beat Agents for the DS.
Okay. Wait, can I?
You're the Inspiration by Chicago make you cry?
Is that the Ghost Dad
Either
song?
you go, this is a cheesy song, or this is, I'm already bawling.
It's the Ghost Dad. It's
really.
the Ghost Dad. Oh, why? How can you drop that on this podcast?
We're
I'm going through so many emotions.
we're going back. Yeah, this is a roller coaster, a literal roller coaster.
God,
of
and when you
emotions.
do poorly on the sections, and like the Ghost Dad is like, I'm not gonna show up anymore.
No.
Ghost Dad, like the Bill Cosby movie. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna hit y'all with my top 5 most listened to, or however the hell they define this. All right, ready? Number 1. Imagine viewer, listener, if you will. Imagine in your head a big spinning number 1. There's probably glitter around it.
Number
Probably.
1. It's Out of Touch by Hall & Oates. This year,
Thanks to another Twitter account, I'm sure.
this year has taken so much from us, but it has given us out of touch Thursdays.
Yep.
And as a result, listen to Out of Touch a whole lot. Number two is I think everyone saw this one coming. This really should not be a surprise to anyone on the podcast. Ambient white noise sleep, looped noise for sleeping. That was my second most listened to track on Spotify this year.
Man, just boot it up on YouTube. I've been listening to a lot of like rainstorm sounds to go to sleep. That's really nice. They dim the screen too because I mean I can't have that bright ass screen.
Oh, I have a little smart speaker in our bedroom, and so I just have that with like, hey, we're lying down, and it's like, hey, turn on ambient noise. Boom, just plays it. It's perfect.
I have a little white noise generator next to my bed.
Ooh,
They're
nice.
great.
It's like I tap my hand on it and it starts playing rain sounds. It's real nice.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, that's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can speed through 3, 4, and 5 a bit. These ones
3, 4, and 5.
3 and 4 should not be surprising at all. It's Fault Lines by the Mountain Goats, then Home Again, Garden Grove, also by the Mountain Goats. You listen, if y'all have been listening to the show, you know the Mountain Goats is going to be up here somewhere. It's here.
You know
What they say. TMG knows drama.
You know that Lamo and I have sugar in the gas tank.
Oh, we absolutely do. There's a lot of Mountain Goats on here. I'm pretty sure almost all, if not all of All Hail West Texas is in the top 50.
That's.
Can I admit something to y'all? Can I do an admission?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in Tallahassee.
Have you not listened to the album?
I love Friends at the Table, and I have not listened to the Mountain Goats even once in my life. I'm going to have to rectify that by the end of the year.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself.
I have to get right with God.
Get right.
Just the way you said fix yourself. Damn.
Yeah, I felt that.
Damn.
You live in the state that they made an album about. I used to live in the state that they made an album about. It's an album about being very unhappy in the state of Florida.
Yeah. Tallahassee is
Something I am
an
sometimes.
incredibly heavy album. So like,
I mean,
maybe
No
don't
Children
start with
is-
Tallahassee. Maybe don't
No
start with
Children still
Tallahassee.
gets me.
Oh yeah.
No
Oh
Children
my
gets
God.
me more every time I hear it. There's something about Like the first time I ever heard it was in the context of Moral Oral. And I was like, oh, this is like kind of a goofy thing. But like as I've gotten older, and a lot of the Mountain Goats discography has gotten more relatable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of, is it Fault Lines? Let's see. Fault Lines is, it is Fault Lines. I remember going to New York with my ex-fiance, and I remember that bench that we sat on 1,000 years ago.
Oh.
And that is a painful song to listen to now.
It's a good song.
But having lived in Florida and having, been around there, and as I've gotten older, No Children in particular is just like such a cutting song.
Oh,
and
there's
like
there's
so many. The imagery of I am drowning is that there is no sign of land. You are coming down with me, hand in unlovable hand. That of just like,
yeah,
I'm fucked, and I'm gonna make sure that you're fucked too.
Yeah, the only reason we're still together is because I want to see you be miserable. Yeah.
Yeah, we hurt each other, and like you hurt me, but I can hurt you back. And like that description of like hand in unlovable hand is so cutting, and you hear it and you're like, oh, hand in hand, but it's like it makes your skin crawl when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
It's like the description of a relationship that's so toxic that it only exists because we can hurt each other.
Yeah. And
the codependence of that. Ugh. Listen to the Mountain Goats, y'all. It's really good vibes.
Number 5. Last one. Is It Always Binary by Soulwax, which is a fucking jam. If you have not listened to Soulwax, one, you're missing out. Go listen to all of Essential. And then go listen to Is It Always Binary, which is off of a different album. But goddamn, just all of Soulwax is just yeah, it's good. It is perfect. I am driving down the highway, and it is late at night music. It's actually good music for goddamn anywhere. Just listen to Soulwax. They fucking rule.
That's a good genre, though. Like, driving down the highway late at night. Good genre of music.
It is a very good genre of music. But yeah, that's my top 5. I forgot. I'm actually very happy to find out this is out today, because I always really like looking at these lists.
Let's see. What do I have here? I feel like generally when I use Spotify, I'm using it for like stuff that I work out to, and I generally tend to work out to songs from whatever anime I'm watching at any given time. So that's really what this looks like to me. So my top 5, almost none of these songs came out this year. Smell of the Game, the promotion track for Guilty Gear Strive, because when that chorus hits, I do feel like I can lift an entire gym.
It's my favorite Queen song.
It's so good, except for like it's grown on me, like the part where Daisuke is like, hey, if I was a member of Queen, this is what it would sound like.
Yeah, it is so Queenie.
Let's see. Serendipity by Zack, which is the opening to Flip Flappers, which I watched this year, and it was very gay. It was very good. Disappear by Motion City Soundtrack off My Dinosaur Life, which the only show, I'm a big concert goer, and like I love the vibe. I love seeing live music, and I think Motion City Soundtrack, I saw them like right before COVID, and I think they are the only live act I saw in 2020 and will see in 2020.
Oh, nice.
Which bums me the heck out.
Yeah.
But when I saw them, it was actually super sick, because they're like, it was one of their first tracks, and the stage lights broke. So there was all the smoke, and they're playing Disappear, which as far as Motion City Soundtrack goes is like a pretty hard song. It's a lot of fun, but that's augmented by stage lights are broken. You have the colored backlights illuminating, just like projecting their shadows through the smoke, and that's all you see. And with the chorus of like, I can disappear any time I want to, da, 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 da. So that was sick, and that was obviously left an impression on me. It's my top 5. Love by Death Devil from K-On!, which I also watched at the beginning of this year. While I was recovering from surgery, I discovered that series that I told myself I would never watch back in high school, and then ended up doing. And then Existence off the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus soundtrack. And remember Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? That was a good couple weeks.
What a time.
Yeah, I'm happy that one track is not higher here, clocking in at 35, is Ahoy, the Iosis produced track for Marianne from Hololive, which is definitely way higher than Jarvis' pain. So my 35th most listened to song of the year 2020 was a Toho indie group produced VTuber single.
That's on brand for you.
What?
Sounds about right.
It's on brand.
No.
What? I don't.
No.
Sorry. That's not a negative thing. That's on brand for you.
I feel very self-conscious. What does that mean? I feel called out.
No, it's not.
I feel like that's not on brand for me. I'm surprised that song is as high as it is.
Okay.
What are these faces? What do you think of me?
I think you're a VTuber.
Yeah, you're a VTuber. You commissioned a.
You gotta stay.
thing.
You gotta stay connected to the scene.
No, I don't want this.
You wouldn't be becoming a VTuber if you didn't also like VTubers. I feel like.
I actually don't like VTubers.
Well,
it's like I am not a VTuber.
Is it all a prison?
It is absolutely all a prison. We'll talk about that later. I am not a VTuber. I reject that.
but you're gonna be.
I'm an anti-VTuber club.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Look, I'm too old for the. No, I can't. I can't say that because if I say that, I run the risk of either Erico or Julie listening to this and being like, "You're not old," yelling at me that I'm not that old. So I'm not allowed to self-depreciate. I can't. I'm not safe anywhere. Even on the podcast I edit.
Sorry.
Can't.
You're gonna get it everywhere.
Oh, people out here telling me to be nice to myself. Gosh, who wants that?
Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah.
Self-compassion, I would never.
I would never.
How dare you?
The more I'm scrolling through this, there's also a lot of My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy because I went through a phase here where I definitely went back and listened to all the albums I loved in high school to see if I still liked them. Turns out I do.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, like my last year Wrapped was like, "Hey, what's up, man? It's 2005 again. You got all the Coheed and Cambria. Maybe a little bit of Under Oath too."
Ooh, Under
Damn.
Oath. That's a name I haven't
Hey,
heard in a long
I
time.
lived in Florida, and so I lived in Florida with friends who were like really into hardcore scene, and so I listened to some Evergreen Terrace and some Under Oath.
Yo,
So
everybody
you're like-
says, holy shit.
Yeah, I lived in Jacksonville, and they were from there, so I knew
that'll
like
do it, yeah.
three high school bands that were all like, "We are Evergreen Terrace too."
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago in the Northwest Burbs, and like I knew people that knew people in Fall Out Boy.
Hell yeah.
So that was like I went to an all-boys Catholic high school where people would walk around the halls and sing that a cappella intro to Grand Theft Autumn.
Wait, the what? I do not remember that.
You don't remember the "Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a gentleman, and maybe he won't find out what I know. You were the last good thing about this part of town."
Nope.
You got to bring it back. You got to start listening to more Fall Out Boy.
Take This to Your Grave is, I think, genuinely one of my favorite albums of all time. From Under the Cork Tree is okay, and then I haven't listened to anything after that. They had like a freshman and a sophomore. I was done at that point. It was like, I'm done with Fall Out Boy. And you know what? Sugar We're Going Down, still a banger in 2020.
That's pretty alright.
Just now I reframe it and imagine it as a lesbian pining about a straight woman.
I mean,
Watching from...
yeah.
What? What? You have something to say?
I'm just not a big Fall Out Boy fan. I've just never been able to get into them. It's nothing against people who enjoy Fall Out Boy.
You're valid. You're valid.
Can't.
We can still be friends. Just like lesser friends.
All right.
Oh no!
I'm also looking around for a cable right now because my headset's about to die, and I have no clue where I left the charging cable for it.
Oh no!
Hold on a second. I can fix this. If
Okay.
I fix this, I mean I can't really fix it, but I can change.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Hold on a second. Okay, say something.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, cool. I can hear you through my speakers now. I had to change audio
All right.
devices. Always a good time on the YASEcast.
Yeah, we are resourceful. We are working through it.
We are posting through it.
Always posting through it.
We are posting through it.
If anything, we are stringent defenders of posters' rights. Right to post.
I
The
am
right
in
to
favor
post
of
arms.
poster.
The right to bear posts. Jay has the right to post arms.
Jay has the right to post, you have the right to post arms.
I don't know about that.
I waive my right to post arms. I got these scrawny little things now.
The right to postal arms. We celebrate our boys in blue. That's right, the United States Postal Service, baby.
They're the real boys in blue. Let's be real.
The right to postal. Okay.
This is a pro Blue Lives Matter podcast,
Yes.
and the lives that matter are the postal workers.
Yes, the blue lives are absolutely the postal workers.
Oh no.
Cops can stay fucked.
Y'all got spicy real quick there.
Happens.
Yeah, it
So
does.
anyway, what have y'all
We
been
get
up
technical
to?
difficulties, and we're just like, by the way.
Hey, by the
Yeah.
way,
Can I go first?
yeah.
Sure can.
Yeah. Like I had talked to my co-host about this previously, but we haven't recorded in 2 weeks, and that's a lot of time for like media stuff. But it's been really rough for me. With COVID happening, and ever like the wise horse once said, everything always happens so much.
Everything happens
I've
so
been-
much.
I've been finding myself really struggling a lot lately, particularly in attention, and that hasn't been a problem for me in many years, and I feel like it's just been a gradually escalating thing throughout COVID. When I was a kid, I had been diagnosed with ADHD, and as I got older, between working out and having more control over what I was doing in school, both later in high school and then also especially in college and grad school, I was able to kind of structure my life in a way where things were more manageable, and that has been much harder over the past couple of weeks. In particular, I've had a couple moments where I would, I've talked about my NaNoReno, I've talked about other stuff on this podcast, and I bought a guitar, I was studying Japanese, and I may have time, but getting over the hurdle of being able to start and keep going with tasks has just gotten harder and harder. Even to a point where I'd be sitting here and working on something and being like, I'm writing this novel for NaNoReno, and I want to do this. I know I want to do this. And it's just being able to sit and focus on it was so hard. Or even I'm working on a project at work, and then I'm like, oh, wait, I need to get up and go do this. Oh, wait, I need to go do this. And it's genuinely distressing. And it's led me to scheduling a screening for ADHD symptoms again, which has basically been the thing that's been on my mind for the past 2 weeks, because it's a process of having to go through a whole arc of, okay, well, what parts of me might be symptoms? And it kind of has forced me to reappraise a lot of my life and things about that. And it's been a difficult thing to sit with. And
Yeah,
I don't know if someone's listening to this podcast and feeling the same way, you're not alone. It's helped me a lot to know that I am not alone. I've had a lot of very wonderful people reach out to me as I've been sort of sharing this journey with myself, and it sucks, but knowing I'm not the only person and that other people have relatable experiences has helped it feel better.
Yeah, you're not alone even on this podcast. I was diagnosed back in August, and it has legitimately changed my life to understand aspects of my personality and the things I do and what we do. Everything you said right there, I was like, yep, I see it. Check. I know what that is. So you're in good company here.
It's yeah. I wasn't gonna, but Jarv had sent me you sent me a YouTube channel about living with ADHD and different ways that symptoms manifest, and there was a couple of those videos just I couldn't finish them. I was like, this is too real right now. And one of them was about the wall of awful, of just like the as you fail and you struggle and you get frustrated, there's this like mounting barrier between you and being able to accomplish tasks, even tasks you want to do, that you have to overcome. And I've realized that through high school and through grad school, like I have a doctorate, like I'm not an incapable person, but like in grad school, the culture is kind of like to burn out. And I was able to, it was kind of normalized to just be like super productive for short periods of time and then just burn out for the rest of the week. Like you work until you can't work anymore. And I'm starting to realize that that was actually probably masking some of those issues, that it was like normalized to get a week's worth of work done in 2 days and then just like flounder for the rest of it because you're too burned out to work. Yeah, it's really helped recontextualize a lot and been like, oh, it's been rough. But I also, maybe you're all right about things being on brand for me. But we're recording this on Tuesday night. On Thursday, I am going to do a fun project that's been nice and kind of cool to do. I put together a lecture on postmodernism and late capitalism and VTubers. So I'm going to be delivering that on Thursday. So if you're listening to this VOD, probably next Tuesday, you can probably check out my Twitch and catch the broadcast there. It was a lot of fun to put together, and I'm looking forward to it. I even already had some really good questions that people sent in. And it's less about VTubers. It's more about like new media and like influencer culture and late capitalism and basically how people exist now in an industry that monetizes and actively solicits them to develop parasocial relationships with celebrities. So it'll be fun. Cool.
What time on Thursday is it?
I'm probably going to do it around 5. I have therapy that night too, so I kind of have like a hard stopping point. So I want to give myself like an hour and a half to get it done.
Well, it sounds a little bit deeper than just like VTubers, what are they, or whatever I thought this was going to be at first. So that sounds really awesome.
No, it's actually very little of VTubers are they, because I don't watch them at all. I actually had to like reach out to my friends who do watch them in some cases and be like, all right, are there examples of this thing? Because I feel like it's probably a thing. Can you give me like a clip or something to watch? So like that's been kind of a fun process of being like, look, I have a lot of academic expertise about this. Can you help me with the specifics?
I'm really excited for it.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I want to just jump in real quick and say to any listeners at home, the YouTube channel we mentioned was How to ADHD. It's been very helpful for myself, and it sounds like it's been pretty helpful for Morgan getting through some of the stuff. And even if you think you just have some attention issues or you don't think that it can apply to you or whatever, you can go ahead and watch those videos because there's no reason not to. I mean, if any of that stuff sounds like it speaks to you, you don't have to wait for some expensive diagnosis screening. Go ahead and go check that stuff out because you can start making some of those mental changes and reframes and breaking down some of those constructs that you might have built up today.
Yeah. Sorry, that's like an uncharacteristically heavy subject for us, but it's basically what's been on my mind for the past week of going through this whole arc of like, I wonder if I'm having ADHD, like a resurgence of symptoms from when I was much younger, to I feel like I definitely am having a resurgence of symptoms, to oh my god, how much of my life has been framed by this, and what do I do with this now? There was actually there's those ADHD alien comics on Twitter, and Noelle Stevenson, I think is her name or their name, the creator of She-Ra, actually made a quick comic about it. It was like a 2-panel thing of like one of which is they're at their computer and they're like, ha ha ha, I do all of this, and the next panel is just like, oh god, what do I do with this information?
Yeah, I'll admit that if it wasn't for people talking about their experiences and people making those types of comics and, you know, all these types of very relatable things, I never would have thought that I had it or never would have like really pushed for it because there was a lot of like, oh, all this applies to me, but I could never have that. I could never have that. No, that's not me. That's not me. And then I come to find out about executive function issues and emotional dysregulation issues, and It's more than just like what society kind of like paints as like this like ooh shiny thing, ooh squirrel, like kind of pop culture reference. And I'm just like, ah shit, this is a little deeper than I thought it was.
Yeah, and I feel like that's almost done so much to hurt people's perception, not of just what ADHD is, of course, but just people who do have ADHD. Like you're saying, we kind of have this preconceived notion that we get from media where it's like, oh, it's like a shiny thing. What, now I'm over here? It's like, no, it's a lot more. It's not like that at all. It's so incredibly hard. I don't want to say, I don't know if stigma is the right word here to be using. But
I'd say there's a stigma there.
A stereotype. I'll go with that. There's definitely a stereotype, and the truth, it just does not fit the reality, or rather, what people are saying does not fit the reality of the situation at all. It's an incredibly hard conversation to have to get through to people about.
And I think there's also a stigma around, I guess self-diagnosis would be the term, where people will but there's a difference between like, oh, I like things in such an order, I have OCD, versus I was late for work today because I got halfway to the office and had to turn around to make sure that the doors were locked, and it's causing me distress in my life. Maybe I have OCD. And I've also been that person before. Like, I've had anxiety issues my whole life. And if you are in that kind of situation, even though there might be a stigma around labeling yourself, look into it if you have the resources and the means available to try to, take care of yourself and take care of your mental health. That's been a big thing for, I think, me this year. I don't think I hit a lot of my like tangible performance goals in terms of like learning new skills or whatnot. But I do think that looking back on this year, both in Spotify playlists and everything else, I think I've done a lot of work in trying to unpack things that will hopefully lay the groundwork for a better 2021.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like look at this year and find positives just because this year has been a ride. But it's good to give yourself credit wherever it is. If credit is due, announce it to yourself and like really be proud of it, because I mean, this is the hand that we've been dealt, and so you can kind of wallow over it, or you can try to figure out what kind of okay things you did and try to run with it for next year and for every year after that.
Yep.
It's not easy. I mean, I know we talk a lot too about how we've had our struggles in 2020, and not just to I love the both of you, but I say this to everyone listening when I say this: take care of yourself, love yourself, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's my check-in for the week. It's less about what I've been doing, but more about, I guess, where I'm at.
Yeah.
And maybe someone will find that useful.
Jarv, what do you have for us since your absence? What news do you have from the Tallahassee front?
So, I guess with my mental health, I've been like, I've been kind of bummed that some of my friends are, but I'm in a group chat with my old personal trainer before I stopped going to the gym, and like all his regulars, and they're also going to the gym because they don't give a shit about COVID, I guess, and I do, and so I just see them like continue to like crush all these goals and hit these like strength goals, and I'm like, oh man, I ain't got the equipment for that, and it makes me feel bad about like my workouts that I do at home. But there's lots of modalities of fitness. It's not just about what is your 1 rep max on the bench or deadlift. You can go for endurance. You can go for max reps. You can go for like really slow tempo reps. You can do with limited weight or limited equipment a lot more stuff. And so I had to kind of think outside the box. And so I'm trying to jazz myself up with these workouts again. Although I am also probably going to try to buy like a power rack, because let's be real, I do want to get back to squatting and shit like that. That's a lot of fun for me, and it's a good stress reliever. It's a good
getting those endorphins actually does help a lot with my ADHD as well, especially when I get home, kind of crashing from my Vyvanse wearing off, and it can make me a little bit irritable to just like jump in, take a little bit of pre-workout, and hit the gym in my garage is a nice way to kind of stave that off and feel good about myself, and then go make a stir fry or go heat up my meal prep food and have a good time. And I've been lifting with my wife too, and she's been like, sometimes I have to like drag my ass out there and be like, okay, well, I want to lift, so let's go. And I think that's awesome.
Let's say, yeah, that's awesome. Like, that rules.
Yeah. We've led a fairly sedentary lifestyle for like our whole relationship, and I'm not putting her down or myself down. It's just when you don't want to do stuff, you just don't. But now we've like both got the bug to like work out and stay active, and we've seen the mental effects of taking a nice hour and a half long walk on a weekend and just enjoying the weather and talking about stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to keep doing. I want to keep staying active and not just like heading back to the couch with a big bowl of chips.
I just for the record, speaking into the truth of this podcast, I just want you to know that your wife rules.
Yeah, like we've known that for a very long time, but it's important to reiterate that.
There's important lore around Jarv's wife in the halls of YASE in a particular boat trip.
Oh my god! Am I gonna tell that story a little bit? I'll give y'all a little peek on our honeymoon. We went to Key West and we did the Wind and Wine tour for sale thing, and they're like, you get wine, you get beer, you get appetizers. Let me tell you right now, the appetizers were like some little cocktail weenies and a Ritz cracker, and then they were like, here's 10 glasses of wine. Yeah. So I was blitzed. I think I wore my damn boat shoes out walking around Key West that night, and there's a couple really good emojis in the YASE Discord of my face that come from a video that come from several videos that my wife took of me just like being like belligerently drunk in our hotel room, and that was back in the days of Line. We didn't even have Discord then. She sent those videos online, in the old Line group chat. But that was a lot of fun. Sorry.
I think my favorite bit of from that legendary night. Speaking of also great songs that we've rediscovered, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Apparently, you spent a good portion of that night singing the Breakfast at Tiffany's song.
And I have no idea why. I don't think I even heard it that night. I do remember walking into a bar and there was a guitarist there playing Closer to the Heart by Rush, and I was like, yeah! I was so happy about that. And we had like met some other couple on this wine cruise, and we hung out with them for like most of the night, and I think I still like follow one of them on Twitter or something. I don't know. If you're listening to this, man, don't. I don't know what to tell you. Don't listen to this.
Well,
but yeah,
as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it.
Just a little.
So radical shift in tone and content. I told y'all that my homework was to play more Nier Automata, and instead I booted up Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I'm fine
That's
with
acceptable.
that.
But,
Yeah,
that's an alternative assignment.
It was like, you know what? You get extra credit for that.
Yeah. That game fucking rules.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm only like 2 hours into it or something. Like the big plot twist at the beginning where they set up the new guy with somebody sets him up and murders his first hit, and it's just like, okay, I saw that one coming. And I haven't gotten to any of like the cool No, never mind. It's like the first cutscene is you getting set up. The second cutscene is like you talking to your buddy about how much that sucks. And the third cutscene, they're like, you are singing karaoke.
Yeah.
It was like 2 combat tutorials instantly into Bakumitai. It was incredible. I was like, this game has good pacing.
It's so good.
It does.
Oh, God damn. The fucking karaoke songs in that game are so good too.
The only thing is I'm playing on a Switch Pro controller that has very different button layouts from the Xbox 360 controller that is trying to show me. So I have to like let the gamer brain take over and be like, A is this one, X is this one, Y is this one.
Yeah, it's always killed me that X and Y are in different spots on the 360 controller as they are on like the Switch. Like X and Y are swapped from where they are, and it fucks me up every time.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
But the combat's really fun. It's a fun game. Everyone tells me like, yeah, it's just a JRPG, but you get like you punch people in real life. And then now in the new game, they're like, okay, just kidding. Now it's just a real JRPG.
Yeah,
it's a real turn-based game. That game looks really cool, and like a bunch of people are beating it right now and saying like Yakuza 7 like, made them cry, and it was super fun, it was super cool, and like the battle theme is like one of the Dragon Quest 5 themes or something.
Whoa, hold on! I saw it was on sale, and I'm just gonna go find that.
Yeah, it's like
link
$30 or something right now.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna.
How is it on sale? Didn't it just come out?
Yeah,
it only came out like a month ago, maybe. I don't know who is dropping the price on it so hard, but like, don't. It's worth more than that.
Who is out here doing things?
I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not going to
no.
complain. Yeah, I will gladly accept this beautiful gift into my life.
One of my favorite genres of Eris video on the Avoiding the Puddle YouTube channel is just like when he plays the Yakuza games or Judgement and just like goes into the convenience stores and just like stares at the high quality images of the food. Just like writes how good they look. My Heather's like, what are you watching? I'm like, be quiet, we're watching this guy. She's like, this guy's annoying, but this is also really funny.
There's a lot going on right now. It is not on sale on Steam, but I'm gonna buy it on Steam at full price anyway. Fuck it.
Ooh.
I have taken such an aversion to playing games on console. I own Nier Automata on PS4. Nothing's wrong with my copy. I rebought it on PC because I didn't want to play it on PS4.
I get it. I really do get it. Like that's kind of why I put it up Yakuza 0. Because I have, a friend let me borrow Nier Automata on PS4, and I'm just like, yeah, but I have to plug it in.
And then it's
here,
like,
but I have to plug in an HDMI cable.
I hate sitting on my couch and playing games. I don't like my TV very much, but I also don't want to buy a new TV. Meanwhile,
I feel that.
My computer, I love my monitors. These monitors, I could smooch them. They're great.
I do love my monitors, but I also do love my couch and my TV. My TV's pretty great. My couch is pretty great. My cats are usually on it.
Oh, see, I need more cats.
But sometimes there you go. You
That's
would like
it.
your couch more if you had 2 cats. If you had Irwin and
Gerwin.
Sherwin.
Sherwin Williams, the cat.
Sherwin Williams, exactly. Cover the world.
Damn,
in cat hair.
Should get another.
Why are cat names? I know it's not necessarily true, but I feel like cat owner names tend to be more extra than dog owner names.
I think so. I mean, my cat's names are Peanut and Jellybean, so.
I know that's pretty straightforward as far as cats go, though. And I guess Irwin's pretty straightforward too.
Irwin's a name. Like there are people named Irwin.
Yeah,
I mean there are people. There are people named Hazel.
I think we kind of love the idea of like people
named
names.
Hazel too. Yeah, I'm saying like what Jellybean do you know? We see besides Jellybean Benitez.
Jelly Belly. I know Birdie Bots. Like.
It's really good. Oh man, cats are good. Cats are good as hell. Y'all adopt a cat.
Go back and listen to the pet episode.
Yeah.
And go adopt a cat.
Go back, listen to the pet episode. Get you a cat. And then go buy Yakuza Like a Dragon. That's what I'm doing literally right now as we're talking.
All right, boss. I'm on my way.
I have bought it. I will wait to install, but I bought it in real time. This is the experience you get with the YASEcast. Real-time video game buying.
That's strong. I might have to buy a real-time capture card because mine has died.
Oh no.
But
no.
What sucks is like it died. I scooped 13 Sentinels on Black Friday. And I'm seeing all the head nods here, and like people have been telling me like, yo, this game's good. And I'm like,
So
cool, maybe I
okay.
will stream that. It probably make some good content. And yeah, it turns out my capture card is dead. So big
sucks.
bummer. It's
I
like
mean,
it's
maybe at least you can get lucky because it's like end of year, so like Christmas season, so maybe you can find one on sale.
I mean, I can scoop one for like $50. It's just like that's like $50 that I could have spent on Yakuza Like a Dragon.
It's true. You absolutely
I've been
absolutely
wanting to
right.
stream again because I've been playing more DDR, and I'm like, I used to do a couple DDR streams, and people showed up, and that was kind of fun. But Twitch will nuke my account from Orbit.
Oh
Thanks to
yeah,
the NRA
DMCA.
And the DMCA,
Ooh.
it is terrible. They'd be like, "Excuse me, one of the Spice Girls is here to destroy your account with a sledgehammer because you're playing It's Raining Men Almighty Mix."
Which
She
which
said
Spice
was
Girl do you
getting
think
spicy.
which Spice Girl do you think it would be? And which one do you want it to
Whatever-
be?
I mean, it's gonna be Jerry Halliwell because that's who did that song. But I forget what Spice Girl that is.
But, like,
I
outside
don't
of
know
that-
enough about the Spice Girls to be able to. I don't know what they look like. I don't know anything about them.
Have you never watched
Watch
Spice World?
No. Am I missing something here?
I don't know. I grew up with
Alright,
my sister is 6.5 years older, so I'm pretty sure I saw Spice World a couple times on VHS growing up.
Classic film. So I'm not going to say that astrology is real, but dear listener,
Hold on.
Jarv, Jarv and
Where
I
has
have
this? How did we
It's
get
going-
here?
So Jarv and I both had the exact same response to you saying that you didn't know what the Spice Girls looked like. We both asked you in the same moment, have you not seen Spice World? Jarv and I have the same moon sign, sun sign, and zodiac sign. We have the exact
We
same
are-
astrology chart.
We got the Atani mind link.
I'm not saying that astrology is real, but
But it seems pretty real right now. Damn.
we've got the spice mind.
Oh my god,
The Spice Hive.
the Spice Mind. Spice Mind.
Oh Lord. Yeah. No. I've heard wannabe. That's about it. That's about all the exposure I've had.
That makes you like a Spice Girl wannabe.
Not really, because I don't want to be a Spice Girl.
Why
Well, you
not?
can't be a Spice Girl, first of all.
Okay,
There's-
well.
They're done.
It's true.
The project is over. Oh.
Lebo, you gotta tell us what's up besides Yakuza Like a Dragon. Take us out of the Spice Zone.
I'm on
too spicy.
Wikipedia page for Spice Girls right now. I can't.
No, anything else.
Cabs
You-
carrying the
what's been
Spice
going
Girls
on?
at the 2012. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Here's a picture. The caption: Cabs carrying the Spice Girls at the. What do you think the ends to the sentence is? What event were Cabs carrying the Spice Girls at? Did you
Princess
guess?
Diana's funeral.
Close.
The VMAs.
How about the 2012 Summer Olympics closing ceremony?
That was in London, wasn't it? Was that the year they were in London?
Oh, I don't remember. Let's find out.
It
It's
has
got to
to
be like,
be.
why else would the Spice Girls be there and be featured?
Yes, also known as a symphony of British music. Yep. Okay, it was there.
You better say you'll be there.
Oh my god.
Oh man, is this the no, I'm not going to talk about that. The logo for the London 2012 Summer Olympic Games. People made some lewd remarks about what it looked like.
Uh-oh.
Damn
I
it!
remember
Now
that
I'm
meme.
looking up.
We're not
Now
gonna
I'm
do-
looking it
we're not
up.
gonna go there. Dirty 30 is not going to go there today.
I'm trying to see if there's any good songs that were played during this
Oh
entire
my
thing.
god! What
during
the
during
fuck?
the entire closing ceremony.
That's lewd.
It's not looking good.
Listener, don't Google London Summer Olympics. That is
Oh.
what? Who approved that? Oh my god! It's so overt. It's. Are the tr-
One Direction played. They came out and sang "What Makes You Beautiful" from the back of a lorry. I don't know what's a lorry.
All right,
What
we went
is
from the
this?
Spice Zone to the British Zone. We need to get
It's
out of
just
here.
a truck. Why the fuck?
What?
Why the fuck do they have to come up with another name for truck?
This is what colonialism
Biscuits
got
and
us.
shit. Fine, whatever. I don't. They're both good things.
Dear listener, if you are British, I demand an apology.
And a man's an apology.
And I would like to ask you, why are you British?
Why? Why do you do
Well-
this to yourself?
Turns out there was a whole thing called colonialism.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they could easily turn around and ask, "Bro, why are you American?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you got a point. you got an actual point." Okay.
You do be right, though.
They did do some Queen. It was Bohemian Rhapsody, but they did get some Queen in there. All right, fine, I get it.
Nice.
Are
wanna
you
play
judging the
hits.
2012 Olympics playlist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Spotify Wrapped London 2012 Olympics.
Absolutely.
Oh.
A psychedelic bus then enters with Russell Brand sitting on top singing Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, then segues into I Am the Walrus. That's the worst thing I've heard in my life. That's
That
the worst
sounds
sentence
bad.
I've read.
It's so bad.
Hold on, but this says before introducing Fatboy Slim, who played Right Here, Right Now. Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, I'm back in.
took it back.
I'm back in. I'm very back in. Okay. What have we
Back
got?
into the
Bee Gees, You
2012
Should Be
Summer Olympic
Dancing.
Games.
Oh no, you know who immediately followed the Spice Girls who came in and performed Wannabe and Spice Up Your Life? It was
Limp Bizkit.
Oasis with Wonderwall.
Oh no,
Oh.
you can't.
Imagine
That's-
being at the 2012 Summer Olympics closing ceremony and saying, "Well, anyway, here's Wonderwall." That's it. That's what happened.
In real life.
Wow. This seems
Uh,
awful. Why did so many
one of
people go to
the-
this?
One of the autofill suggestions for Google was London 2012 Olympics game PC, and so I'm like, wow, they made an official London 2012 like gaming PC. No, it's the game London 2012. I forgot they make like Olympic games that
Yeah.
are Mario and Sonic at the Olympic
Okay,
games.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games is like the best party game I've ever played.
Have you played the arcade cab?
There's an arcade
They
cab?
have like a 4-person arcade cab where you run in and shit like that. It's really
Wait,
fun.
what game?
They have them at the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh, shit.
They have them at it's not GameWorks. What am I thinking of? Round 1. I played one at.
They
round
don't
one.
have them anywhere right now because of COVID.
Yeah, that's true. They have them on your Switch. I guess. Well, no, because they didn't do
No.
an Olympics. So
No.
what is the fate of the latest Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
These are the burning questions.
These are
Maybe.
where we answer the big questions here on the YASEcast, like, hey, whatever happened to Mario and Sonic at the Olympics?
Hold up, it's available now. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 takes place in clearly some sort of
Alternate timeline.
dimensional time rift where we were allowed to do that. By the way, it's half off right now on Switch,
Who would have thought?
What? Oh shit!
and they have like this little. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to
Oh, I don't even need a capture card for that. I'm gonna go scoop that.
You are gonna need
go.
one of those. Look at this. It's got like.
Wait, this came out last
what?
year.
That's not the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, that.
Why
can
did
I
it
get,
come
like, a
out?
real
But
picture?
the Olympics were going to be this year. Why did it come out last year?
They got development time, you know. I gotta do that.
So I'm saying they could have chilled for another 6 months. They could have sat on that.
They got this cool like 16-bit thing going on.
Oh yeah,
Like look at
that's
that.
right. This
look at
actually
that
looks kind of
Knuckles.
rad. I forgot about this. Yeah, no, this actually looks cool. This is a 30-second
Might
ad.
be all right. It's a party time and everyone's invited.
Everyone's
okay, no,
invited.
Of course that it's half off. It did release like over a year ago, and it has tabletop mode, so you know, bring it with you. Where you shouldn't be going anywhere because of COVID, but bring it with you.
We're all going to get very heavy into Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 by Nintendo.
It's going to
For
be
I'm
the end of the
downloading
age.
the demo.
We're gonna get too into it, too competitive, and it's gonna tear apart all of our friendships.
Yeah. Oh,
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Yates.
have you? Okay, so I want to. This is completely off the cuff and out of nowhere, but I had to bring this up because I've actually been thinking about it a lot, and I just kind of remembered it. So since I've hit 30, there's been two. I feel like there's two, like, skill trees I can go down. Of being a 30-year-old white guy. One is get a 3D printer, and the other is get into drones. with like a first-person camera.
This is like
video.
the tech tree, legit.
Yeah,
the legit tech
This is
tree.
legitimately where I'm at.
If you get to New Game Plus, you unlock the third tech tree, and that's cryptocurrency.
No.
Oh no!
I don't want a new game.
It comes
Plus.
with mandatory headgear though.
But
It's
like,
in the
I've been
door.
thinking about drones and shit. I've been watching videos on drones. That shit seems like, and it, like having a drone, like whatever, yeah. But it's really having like the first person like goggles and shit.
Oh yeah,
That
that's what you want.
I'm like, I kind of want to get a drone, but drones are also expensive as fuck.
Yes, they are not inexpensive.
And it's like, hey, 3D printers,
Especially
cool.
if you
Just print shit.
the ones that are inexpensive are just gonna break,
Yeah.
and you're gonna trash it. Have you seen this?
What?
The drone racing that they had at the Cincinnati Mall, where they've got like Arcade Legacy and shit.
No.
Oh, in the haunted mall that they hosted.
I have seen like other. Oh my god.
This shit looks so fucking cool. If you want it, this might solidify you going down the drone tech tree.
I need to like. Oh, I don't. I shouldn't do this. Like, okay, so the one thing that is kind of cool though is like there's so much like open space out here that like, and especially I also live in like the outskirts of the city, so like if I just needed to go out into a field somewhere to get away from like, you know, if I'm too close to the airport or whatever, like I could definitely do that. I shouldn't get a drone. I shouldn't get a drone. How much are drones? How much?
Here's the
fun
thing:
would a
what
drone?
if you 3D print a drone?
That does not sound good.
that sounds dangerous.
I mean, I've heard
It
of
sounds
people
like the
printing.
FAA
Like,
might want to like talk to you.
I've heard people like printing like some replacement parts.
I can see that.
Oh boy, but yeah, I've been super down like interested in both, and I'm like, I feel like this is legitimately something that just white people do once they get enough money or boredom or both, probably both. But I'm just like, man, drones are kind of cool. Man, 3D printers are kind of cool, but they're I can't do both. I can only do one.
I liked the idea of like libraries having 3D printers, and you could like
Yes.
they would try to change the library and like make it more, well, can't really go to the library right now, COVID.
No.
But like making it more of like a community hub and not just like books. Which you mean, hey, I love a good book, but also I'd like to 3D print a book.
Love a good book. Oh, you wouldn't
To 3D print the Communist Manifesto.
You wouldn't 3D print a book.
You wouldn't Mamma Mia.
Oh my god.
I don't know, that meme was going around for a bit. Some of them are pretty stupid.
Oh,
You wouldn't Buca de Beppo.
that'd be so fucked up going to a library and printing a book. It wouldn't.
First of
It
all,
wouldn't
you
really
can't
work.
print a printer.
No, it wouldn't. Dog, that's called using a printer.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
First
guess you
rule
can
of
just regular
Kinko's
print a
is
book.
you can't print a printer.
What the fuck?
You can't print a printer. That's against the rules.
Dog, you print the
Okay.
individual parts, and then you have your ink cartridge. Anyway.
Can you print the ink?
No.
You have to 3D print the ink.
Oh yeah, you gotta 3D
But
print
then
the
you
ink.
2D print the parts.
Yes. Now we're talking.
Just buy a book. Just buy
We
a
should-
book.
Oh.
We should probably get a book on like how the fuck is any of this shit gonna make sense.
We should probably get a book on how to end a podcast because I think it's just
Yeah,
about that time.
I'm really. The mask side of the tech tree when you turn 30 is scary to me. The femme side is like you either get really into astrology or you develop like the live, laugh, love aesthetic. It's like one of those two.
Damn. Oh.
That's an aesthetic that I'm not down with. I don't know. I'd rather die, cry, hate.
Like I got 3 words
What
for you. Bless this mess.
And the mess is me.
I will.
And I am the mess.
We are all a mess.
All
All right, let's just end it
Gotta
there. We're gonna once we
Get really into the farmhouse aesthetic where you just like label everything. Everything has a little like, spoon.
I don't
forks,
like
drop your
that.
drawers here.
No, that's hard.
Yeah, no, it's like a subclass of Bless This Mess or of Live, Laugh, Love, and it's honestly one that is a little too out of my league.
That reminds
Yeah,
me of fucking like Double D from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Because I'm pretty sure that's what he did was just label fucking everything. I was just like, man, this is no way. I was like 12 years old, and I'm like, this is no way to live. What are you doing with your life?
All right, that's the end. We're calling
That's
it
the
there.
end. We're calling it there.
Wow.
Thank you so much for listening to the YASEcast. Once again, this is episode 30. We did it fast and loose today. I snapped my fingers there. Probably didn't get picked up on the microphone. It's okay.
Dirty 30.
Jarv did some finger guns. It works. He did it again. My God. I'd like to thank Jarv and Morgan for being on with me tonight. It was good.
You can find me on Twitter at JarvDog,
he's right into
JarvDawg.
He's doing the dang thing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not even gonna wait for you to ask me. I'm just let y'all
He's
know.
doing it.
You can find me on Twitter at Morganization13. You can find me on Twitch at fog_e. I'm gonna, for shits and giggles, apply for Hololive and Nijisanji, so we'll see what happens with that.
Hell yeah.
But you can also find my my seriously unserious VTuber lecture on twitch.com.
I'm super looking forward to that. I was gonna say again, it's gonna be at this time, but by the time this episode comes out, it will have already happened.
So just peep the VOD.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Peep the VOD.
Peep the VOD. I'm Lamo. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Lamo_SD. I just said twitter.com because I forgot what my @ was. I was like, I need to buy myself just a little bit of time here. You can find me on Twitch at Twitch TV/Lamo. No dash in there, just LAMEO. We'll be back at you again next week with another hot, fresh new episode where I will maybe give you an update or hem and haw some more on whether or not I bought a drone or not, or how much I'm looking into it.
Or tell us how great Yakuza 7 is.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's a much better idea. Okay.
Hey, and don't forget to check us out at yase.world. You can join the Discord, you can buy a shirt, you can look real spiffy in that. I really actually don't know if we have any more stock of any of that shit.
I think we have a
It's
couple
been
still.
a grip since we've actually produced any shirts because there haven't been any events to sell them at.
Yeah, it makes life a little bit hard. But thank you for listening. We love y'all. We will see you again next week.
Take it easy.
Peace.